There's absolutely no transparency in new construction pricing. Hey guys, Khalil El Ghul here with Glass House Real Estate, and if you are in the market for a new construction home in 2023, you are going to want to see this. This video is about how builders are manipulating prices to convey a price reduction or to convey value, but in reality, you might be paying more for the same home despite thinking you're paying less. For the first time in probably the last 2 years, builders are finally in a position where they have to negotiate. They have to offer incentives, they have to lower their prices, they gotta do something in order to get these homes sold. But it's not quite so simple. I'm starting to see more and more gimmicks across the board from every builder, every price point, and it usually comes down to 3 different tactics that they're using in order to try to sell more homes. The most common and maybe most egregious tactic that I'm seeing is that builders will lower the base price of their homes, or maybe they'll reduce lot premiums. But on the flip side, they will raise the prices of their most popular options. I was in a builder office last month and they were doing everything they could to try to sell us a home. They lowered the sales price. They eliminated the lot premium. And at the surface, it looked like a pretty good deal. I've sold 3 other homes in that community, so I'm pretty familiar with the pricing. And this was the first time that the builder was actually willing to give an incentive or sell the home for less than its advertised sales price. But once we saw the options, I noticed they were all significantly higher than they were just 1 month earlier, by upwards of 30% across the board. So although my client was able to get an incentive up front on the base price, once we added all the options in, which frankly were the most popular options and the ones the builder knew we were going to get, that initial savings was a wash. In fact, I think the price was actually a little higher. Luckily, I had a pricing sheet from just 1 month earlier that showed the prices were 30% less. Now we're way past COVID. We're way past the pandemic. This is not a brand new community. So they know what these options cost. They know what's popular. At minimum, it's unethical and frankly should be illegal. It's just price gouging. In that instance, because I had the pricing sheet from before, we were able to negotiate a little bit more, but that initial savings that we thought we were getting wasn't the case. And sometimes that's fine. And ultimately, we need to decide whether we want to move forward or not. But the deception is the thing that really drives me nuts. There's absolutely no transparency in new construction pricing. We have no idea how they price their options. The second way builders are manipulating prices is that they'll lower the sales price or offer additional incentives, but they will take out what might have been otherwise a standard option for a previous buyer. So that means when the price was maybe $50,000 higher, there was a sunroom included, a finished basement, a bedroom, bathroom, whatever. But now they're able to advertise this lower price, this $50,000 discount. But now that new base price does not include some of those very popular options, which they know you're very likely to get. So despite getting a $50,000 discount up front, you're adding $40,000 back in. And in the end, I just want to know where we stand in the community. I want to know how they come up with pricing. And I don't think that's too much to ask. You got to remember, these builders are the sharks. They're professionals. They're Fortune 500 companies. They're profit driven. They are going to do whatever they can as long as it works. And fortunately for them right now, it's still working. Just make sure you go in there with eyes wide open. And the third tactic I'm seeing right now are below market interest rates. They'll say, hey, don't worry about the sales price. Look at this monthly payment. And that's why you should buy this house right now. It's all smoke and mirrors. If they're focusing more on the monthly payment versus the price of the home, that's a red flag. You should buy the home because it's well priced and represents a good value, not because they're willing to pay down your interest rate. That's not what a smart buyer focuses on. So I'm making this video so that when you do go into a new home community and you do start comparing value and reviewing the incentives that the builder is offering you, you're armed with some of the right questions. Have the prices of options gone up? What were previous base prices of this home? And what options were included? And then you can decide whether the deal makes sense to you or not. If you know anyone in the market for a new home, make sure you send them this video. It could save them thousands of dollars and a lot of time up front. If you have any questions or need help in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, feel free to reach out. Thanks and have a great day.